Would you move if someone asked you to leave your seat? I was half asleep on the train after work, dealing with a pretty bad headache. I'd had a ridiculously long day at work, and by the time I finally got on the train, I was completely done. You know that kind of tired where you're technically awake, but your brain has already clocked out? That was me. I just wanted to get home, take my shoes off, and not speak to anyone for the rest of the evening. The train wasn't crowded either, which honestly felt like a miracle. There were plenty of empty seats, so I found one by the window, sat down, put my bag next to my feet, and closed my eyes. I wasn't even planning on properly sleeping. I just wanted to rest my eyes for a few minutes because my head was pounding, but apparently even that was asking for too much. A few minutes later, someone woke me up. A woman was standing next to me with her family. She looked at me and said, "Excuse me, we're a family and we want to sit here. Can you move over there?" She pointed to another seat across the aisle. I was barely awake, so I just looked around. There were literally dozens of empty seats. I genuinely thought maybe I had misunderstood her. I looked around the carriage again. There were empty seats in front of us, behind us, and across the aisle. So I said, "No, sorry, I'm not moving. I'm not feeling well, and there are plenty of other seats." She looked annoyed. "But we want to sit in this section as a family." I said, "I understand, but these seats aren't reserved." She kept staring at me like I was somehow being unreasonable. I was too tired to understand why this was even an issue. There was no reservation sign. Nobody was sitting in the other seats. They could literally choose from an entire empty section of the train. But apparently they specifically wanted the seats I was sitting in. I was still half asleep, my head was pounding, and honestly I didn't have the energy to argue over a seat on an almost empty train. So I finally said, "Unless you've booked this entire carriage privately, I'm not moving." She went quiet for a second. Then she said, "Okay, it's fine, you stay there," and walked away with her family. I just sat there thinking, girl, you were the one who woke me up, and now you're giving me permission to stay in my own seat?